Could we just talk about the success that Tennessee had in the run game against LSU? You had over 250 yards rushing, and then how much confidence you guys got as the game went along?
Yeah, right. Anytime you can go into an away environment and run the ball, it's big time. It helps when you have Hendon back there. He's a good running quarterback, so that's an extra threat to add. Just going out there and doing our job. Anytime you can go out there and execute, it gives you good confidence going into the next week.
What about those guys that slid in there at left tackle, JJ and Dane? Talk about how they performed.
Yeah, definitely. Big time for guys to go in there. Dane doesn't have a lot of experience at left tackle. JJ hasn't played extremely a ton this year. Going out there against guys like 11 and 18, there's some pretty big guys. There's some studs. So anytime you can go out there and hold them to 0 sacks and keep the protection firm, that's a big time.
Karthik in the back, and then we'll go to Wes.
Okay, being a Knoxville guy, what would it mean for you to be part of a win against Alabama, the first one in quite some time?
Yeah, for sure. Big time. It's a home game, so we're just focused on the next opponent. Alabama's a great team. It's a good challenge for us, and we're hoping to come out victorious.
Wes.
How are y'all as a team, and maybe you personally too, able to kind of keep treating all these games the same when I guess the fact is the more you win, the bigger the stakes are for some of these games?
Yeah, I would say the big thing is just keeping an even keel, kind of mind and spirit. I'm not a guy that gets too high or too low, so if your whole team kind of stay, on point and get the task at hand done, then you'll stay on track.
Austin.
Everybody's talked all week about knowing where Will Anderson is at all times. As the center, I know that maybe not your responsibility, but at the same time, he does a lot of stunning and moving around. How big is that? How much has that been stressed?
Yeah, right. Anytime you got somebody like Will Anderson, it's going to be a big stress to figure out where he is and trying to find out what he's doing. But we just got to do our job at a high level. He's a great player, and it'll be a really good challenge for us.
Patrick.
I know you guys faced him last year in this game after he went Alabama. What do you see from him? How much has he improved, and what's it going to be like, I guess, facing him again?
Yeah, for sure. Henry's been a really good player, ever since he's been in college. You just see him flying around a lot more now. He's very quick to his reads. He's very athletic, can run, can play his responsibilities. So, it's exciting to go against somebody that and everything.
And Cooper. Jimmy, and then back to Wes.
You were asked about Will Anderson, but just talk about Alabama's defensive line and their front seven. How good you think they are?
Yeah, Alabama's always going to have a really good front seven, as far as I'm concerned, and especially with the recent history and everything. But they just got a lot of big guys that can run, athletic, just being able to fly around. They're disciplined, and they're big guys that can, kind of play sideline to sideline.
Wes and then Vince.
A couple of quick things, Cooper. First off, with the guys rotating at left tackle last week, how do you feel like that went? It's one thing for y'all to go do that without Cedric Tillman the past couple of weeks, but also y'all had to do it without your left tackle last week.
Yeah, I think it went pretty well. If you look at our game, it was pretty solid protectionally. We got a lot of movement in the run game, so you can't really complain with the stats that we had, for sure.
And also, how y'all were able to run the ball last week. I know Jabari's done a watched that the last couple of weeks. How happy are you with the way y'all been running the ball?
Man, I'm extremely happy with it. If you look at it, we had a pretty good push, consistently up front, and then, the numbers don't really lie. And like I said, when you got Hendon that can go out the back door, he's a threat to run every time. That helps your yardage as well. So, anytime you have 200 plus in an SEC game, especially on the road, that's a pretty big success.
Vince.
Certainly, Tennessee's defensive line has been really successful. Was in this last game with their stunning.
Yeah.
How do you think, how have you guys graded out in terms of defending other teams trying to stun against you guys?
I don't know specifically as far as stunts as that, what we graded out as, but as a whole, just kind of handling teams' movement. It just comes with playing the game. You got to figure it out. Not everything's just going to sit there still for you and just let you be blocked. So, anytime there's movement, you just got to figure a way out. I think we've done a pretty good job of it, and I think it results in our bigger runs and chunk yardage plays.
Anything else for Cooper? All right, thanks everybody.
Thank y'all.
We'll have Aaron Beasley here in